Sri Gurubhyo Namaha children, welcome to online class. Today's class we are going to learn about the solubility. In the last class we have learned about the types of solution based on the amount of solute and the nature of the solute like that. Now we are going to learn about the solubility, because in the solubility already you know that the mass of the solute. So solubility is depends upon the amount of or the number of gram of solute present or can be dissolved in the given amount of solvent. Understand? So for the solubility is possible only for the certain amount of solute can be soluble in certain amount of solvent. So that already we learned that about based on the amount of solute and solvent, the saturated solution, unsaturated and supersaturated. By that you can get the saturated solution. Saturated solution. Already you learned that about 36 gram of sodium chloride can be dissolved in 100 gram of water. After that if you add some more salt also it won't dissolve in the solvent and it can be settled at the bottom as undissolved. So that is called what? Saturated. So the solubility is depends upon the number of gram of solute particle or the mass of the solute can be dissolved in 100 gram of solvent for the given temperature. For the room temperature about 25 degree Celsius. So the solubility can be calculated. Solubility can be calculated by mass of solute divided by mass of solvent. Mass of solute divided by mass of solvent into 100. By this you can calculate the solubility of the given solution or for the solubility of the given solute particle in the solvent. And then you are going to see the various saturated point for the solutions. Now you can see that for calcium carbonate, the saturated amount, you want to prepare the saturated solution of calcium carbonate, you need 0.0013 gram of calcium carbonate, and you can dissolve only 0.013 gram of calcium carbonate in 100 gram of water. Above that if you added also it won't dissolve and it can be dissolved as what, and it can be settled at the bottom of the container. And next for sodium chloride, the amount of saturated solution is 36 gram. So the 36 gram of sodium chloride can be soluble in 100 gram of water, and we cannot able to dissolve no more salt above what? 36 gram. So this is called what? Saturated point. Saturated point of what? Sodium chloride. And ammonia in the form of gas, and the gas can be soluble in liquid. So 48 gram of ammonium gas can be dissolved in 100 gram of water. Understand? So this can be used in that cleaning solution, that ammonia. And then sodium hydroxide, it is a solid substance. The saturated amount of sodium hydroxide is 80 gram. 80 gram of sodium hydroxide can be dissolved in 100 gram of water. That is the saturated solution of sodium hydroxide. We cannot able to add no more sodium hydroxide above 80 gram. And next one, glucose. The glucose 91 gram. The saturated solution of glucose is, it is a solid substance and it can be dissolved. So how much of glucose can be dissolved in 100 gram of water? About 91 gram of glucose can be dissolved in 100 gram of water. Sodium bromide also solid substance, we can able to dissolve 95 gram of sodium bromide in 100 gram of water, and then sodium iodide, you see that higher greater amount, sodium iodide about 184 gram, 184 gram of sodium iodide can be dissolved in 100 gram of water. So, these are all the common, some of the solubility amount or the saturated point of the compound like what? Sodium, calcium carbonate, sodium chloride, sodium hydroxide, glucose, sodium bromide and sodium iodide. And next we are going to learn about the factors affecting the solubility. What are the factors affect the solubility of the substance? Now see, there are three main factors. So, there are three main factors affect the solubility. One is the nature of the solvent. One is the nature of the solute and the solvent nature. And next factor is temperature. The next factor is temperature and pressure. Temperature and pressure. So, these are all about the main factors affecting the solubility factors, understand. And next we are going to learn about the nature of the solute and the solvent. First factor, nature of the solute and the solvent. One is, so what is the phrase we are going to use in the scientists for the solubility is like dissolves like. The phrase used by the scientists for the solubility like dissolves like. So, that nature of the solute and the solvent. If the solute is an ionic compound, the ionic substance, it can be easily soluble in polar solvent, or the polar substance can be easily soluble in polar solvent, and non-polar substance can be easily soluble in non-polar solvent. So, like that, so the phrase can be used for based on the solubility is like dissolves like. Like dissolves like. Here the polar compound can be dissolved in polar solvent. For example, sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is a polar solute particle because it can be dissolved, formed by an ionic compound of sodium ion and chloride ion. It can be easily dissolved in water. It can be easily dissolved in polar solvent. What is that polar solvent is? The polar solvent is nothing but water. So, the water contain the polar end, positive end and negative end, and here the sodium chloride also have positive end and negative end. So, the ionic compounds, the ionic crystals or ionic compounds are soluble, and some of the covalent compound also soluble in polar solvent. So, that it is like dissolves like. And the non-polar solvent, the compound does not contain any charged particles, that is the compound made of covalent. All you can see that all the organic substance, all the organic substance are insoluble in water, or the water otherwise we called as what? Polar solvent, because the water has what? Two ends, partial positive end and partial negative end. So, that it is a polar solvent. And in the covalent compound, they do not have the polar end, so that they are soluble in non-polar solvent like ether, non-polar solvent, ether, benzene, carbon tetrachloride, carbon tetrachloride. These are all some of the non-polar solvent. So, these solvents are used to soluble non-polar compound. So, now we are given example, the fat is dissolved in ether. Fat is one of the organic compound, is easily dissolved in non-polar. So, fat is a non-polar substance and Ether also non-polar solvent, so it can be dissolved easily, so that the phrase can be used by the scientists for the solubility is like dissolves like. So our first factor is what? Nature of the solute and the solvent. So what is the nature? If the solute is polar, it can be dissolved in polar solvent, and if the solute is non-polar, it dissolves in non-polar solvent. So next factor is temperature. So the solubility in solids in liquid as well as gas in liquid. The solubility, now you can see that the solubility depends upon one of the important factor is temperature. So the solubility of solid, the solubility of solid solute in liquid solvent increases with increase in temperature for the solid. So now what is here? The solid in liquid. The solid solute can dissolve in liquid solvent. So in this case, if the solid solute can be increases, the solubility increases with increase in temperature. So that temperature is going to be based on the two different process. One is endothermic process and exothermic process. So during the solubility, if the substance is going to be absorbed heat energy, is called what? Endothermic. If the heat energy is going to be evolved, it is called what? Exothermic. So if the process may be exothermic or endothermic, the solubility is going to be vary. So for the endothermic process, the solubility of solid solute in liquid solvent increases with increase in temperature. For endothermic process, endothermic process is nothing but absorption of heat energy during the process. For example, in day to day life also we are using that for dissolving more amount of sugar. So we want to warm the liquid. If you warm the water, you can increase you can increase the solubility of the sugar solution because of the temperature. And next, for exothermic, heat is evolved during the reaction. For the solubility of sodium nitrate, the solubility is going to be decreasing. The solubility is going to decrease due to evolution of heat energy. What is going to be evolved from the system? The heat is going to be evolved, so that the solubility decreases with increase in temperature. So the based on the temperature factor in solid solute in liquid solvent, there are two different variation. One is in the form of exothermic process and in the form of endothermic process. In general, in the solid solute in liquid solvent, increasing the temperature increases the solubility. Suppose if the process is going to take place in the form of endothermic, absorption of heat, so in that case increasing the solubility with increase in temperature. And in the exothermic process, the solubility decreases with the decrease in temperature. So this is the factors for the solid solute in liquid solvent. And next one is solubility of gas in liquid solvent. Now here what is solute? The solute is taken in the form of gas. So here the solubility of the gas, in liquid solvent decreases with increase in temperature. So here in the solid solute increases with increase in temperature solubility, but it is vice versa for gas, decreases with the increase in temperature. So far you can see the example, the solubility of gas in liquid increases with decrease in temperature. In aquatic animals, the aquatic animals. So, or while you are boiling water, the air bubbles are rising upward. What is that? While increasing the temperature, what happened? The dissolved oxygen in waters are coming out. Understand? So, they are coming out in the form of bubbles. So, that shows what? The gas in liquid, the solubility of gas in liquid decreases in increase in temperature. And next one is in the aquatic region, the solubility of the liquid increases with decrease in temperature. So, for the aquatic animals are living more in the cold region. The aquatic animals are living in cold region because more amount of oxygen dissolve in water. The more amount of oxygens are present in water, so that more aquatic animals or live in the cold region, because by decreasing the temperature, what is increase? The solubility of gas in liquid is going to be increased. Understand? So, while you are boiling, you want to drink boiled water also, you should not boil more to the high temperature, because water in that the oxygen all going to be evolved. Without oxygen water only you are going to drink, for that only, because on eating what is going to be evolved? The gas, the oxygen present in the dissolved water can be evolved as bubbles. So, this is the factors of temperature of gas in liquid. And next one is the effect of pressure. So, the effect of pressure is observed only in the case of solubility of gas only, gas in liquid. The pressure term, the factors pressure can be observed only in gas in liquid only. So, when the pressure is increasing, the solubility of gas in liquid increases. So, you can see that aerated drink, all the aerated drinks are dissolved carbon dioxide. Aerated drinks contain one, dissolved carbon dioxide only. So, by increasing the pressure of the liquid, so what is going to be dissolved more? The gas is going to be dissolved more. See, in this also, if the pressure is very less, and then the molecules are going to occupy in the empty space, and the less amount of molecules only present in the liquid. Now, if you increase the pressure, what happen? The molecules are, what is then? The molecules all are found in the liquid, and so more molecules are, the gas molecules are dissolved in liquid solvent. Understand? So, the one of the factor is pressure. The pressure is observed only. In the case of solubility of gas in liquid. So, it won't affect by the solubility of solid solvent, solute and liquid solvent, because the solute particles are already they are closely packed. So, in the pressure it won't affect the molecules, the arrangement of the molecule. So, here if you increase the pressure, so suppose if the molecules are like that, they are away from each other. If you increase the pressure, the molecules are very close to each other. So that what is going to be dissolved? The gas molecules are going to be dissolved easily. So, these are all the factors affecting the solubility. So, the solubility means we cannot able to dissolve any amount of solute in the solvent, only there is a measurement. So, the given amount of solute can be dissolved in the given amount of solvent. So, that solubility is nothing but the mass of the solute divided by the mass of the solvent. By this you can find out the percentage of solute. So, already I have learned that the saturated point of the various chemical substance. For common one, the common salt, the saturated solution preparation of common salt is what? 36 gram of sodium chloride in 100 gram of water. So, these are all about the factors of solubility, understand. And next we are going to calculate the percentage of solute solvent present in the solution. Thank you.